Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. Excuse me. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And for those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is a collective consciousness reading, therefore it is to be shared by anybody who watches it whenever you watch it. So don't be caught up in the date. If you're seeing it on a date other than the date that's on the video, that's okay. The message may still make sense to whatever's going on in your life. That's the way that our higher power reaches out to us. That's how spirit gets messages to us. So just trust the reading rather than the date that it was created for. If it doesn't make sense or doesn't resonate with you, that's okay too. It just might mean it's not your reading at this time. So take what you need and leave the rest. It's originally created for Tuesday, the 8th of March. We will be building on the Sunday reading that was from the 6th to the 12th, which you can find in the lower left-hand corner. Those will be the cards that I'll be referring to as the underpinning energy that's underpinning these cards that we see today. So we kind of know a little bit about what's going on maybe in the background or driving the card that we're looking at today. Each one of you will experience this card in a slightly different way because we all have different situations and we're different individuals with different personalities and experiences. But ultimately, the reason why I speak in broad terms is so that I can hopefully reach out and validate and support the majority of you as you watch my videos. Always use your highest intelligence and intuition when looking at my videos. Don't let my videos make the decision for you. You should always be exercising your right to your own free will and choice. Please check out the drop-down menu. In there on all of my daily videos is things that I want you to know about the channel, what decks I'm using, how to book a personal reading, all of that sort of stuff, right? That's available to these videos. If you like them and they're a little bit too broad in spectrum, then I would suggest booking a private reading with me. That way we look solely at you and your specific issues of what's going on in your life. Beyond that, please hit the thumbs up button if you like the content. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to me and you want to continue to watch. I do put up daily content, so you'll hit that notification bell. You'll get notified every time the new video goes up for the next day. And share the video out on your social media. Tell your friends about me. Word of mouth helps greatly. I don't really advertise the site at all, so it's a rather small channel and I am trying to grow it. So any sort of, word of mouth helps. And leave a question or comment if something doesn't make sense or it really does make sense and you feel moved by what I've said. Please feel free to leave me a comment and let me know that you're appreciating my work because I appreciate reading them. It makes me feel like this small little channel actually makes a difference at times. Sorry, my puppies are wrestling right now because apparently in a house as big as mine, the best room to wrestle in is right next to the desk where Daddy's working. So that seems to be the order of the day. So you will hear that in the background. Can you guys go somewhere else? I don't know. The Ukraine, they're having some issues over there. They're duking it out in the Ukraine. Maybe you need to go there and show them how to fight, you tough guys. Okay, so let's see what these cards have to say. And I don't mean to make light of the Ukrainian situation. I'm sorry. I'm actually quite bothered by it. I do not watch the news because of it, because it just solely, only depresses me. But it was the first thing that came to my mind this morning. So if anybody's offended by that comment, it was only a joke. All right, so let's look at the card for today. We have the 10 of Cups. Lots of 10s this week. Am I not right about that? I feel like we had the 10 of Swords leading in. Okay, so that's still our underpinning energy because we're kind of at the point where we shift from the first card of the week into the second card of the week, right? And that was the 5 of Swords. We had underpinning this energy, the 10 of Swords, which is utter defeat. I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I can't think this way anymore. This is more harmful than doing me good. Engaging in this situation is just killing me. Those would be phrases that the 10 of Swords would be saying. The 5 of Swords would be about trying to prove a point, right? And maybe whether we're the one proving the point or somebody else is, we're not listening. Or they're not listening, or vice versa. I kind of call the Five of Swords, it's lonely at the top. There's always like a disagreement where somebody comes out the winner, but when they win, they realize it wasn't really worth the fight. It wasn't necessarily the point that they got across, or whatever thought they communicated, or whatever thought that they were thinking, trying to get themselves ahead, actually led them behind because they maybe lost something in the battle. Do you see what I'm saying? So with all of that swords energy underpinning all of this, it feels like we've maybe been stuck in a bit of negativity, in a bit of stress, in a bit of worry, in a bit of overthinking things, maybe resentments, anger, whether we're expressing it or not is, solely your experience. Some of you might be, some of you might not be, right? But it's going on underneath this. It could be just general discomfort. Now, what I like seeing about this is because yesterday, I believe, was it yesterday? No, it was the day before. We had the Nine of Cups, and then yesterday we had the Six of Swords, which would be about calming those thoughts, right? Getting those thoughts back in order, getting those thoughts to a little bit of a better place. Although Six of Swords is depicted as a boat on the ocean, which would mean symbolically, we're still riding over our emotions and dealing with them and kind of lining them up and finding balance amongst them with our thoughts and how we communicate our emotions and our thoughts. But today, this Ten of Cups comes in, and it's sort of like, like an angel on high, so to speak, right, has come in and maybe set ourselves right emotionally. Tens are about completions of a cycle too, right? So at the beginning of the week, underpinning, we have that Ten of Swords where we may be bitter, but we're fucking done, right? This Ten of Cups says, okay, we've done the work over the last few days, cleared the thoughts away. Not cleared the thoughts away, but found a better perspective of how to look at the situation that feels more emotionally complete, emotionally whole, emotionally well-being. And I like to see this card today. The Ten of Cups is kind of like the happily ever after card. Now, I'm not going to say we're going to be happily ever after because that's a little extreme, especially with all of that swords energy underpinning. But it does say we're doing better than we thought we would after the situation that we've just been through. I hope that makes sense, guys. And each one of you, like your situation, your thoughts, your communications are going to be different, but they will have been a little bit struggle bus this week or leading into this week. This Ten of Cups to me says, okay, we get to sort of free ourselves, right? 2 days ago, we saw the Nine of Cups. That always indicates sort of getting to that place for ourselves within a situation, feeling kind of lined up and maybe a little bit more emotionally whole for just ourselves, maybe not everybody else involved. This Ten of Cups says, okay, now everybody else involved is getting on the same page. They may be feeling better. They might be communicating better. We might be able to find appreciation for them and the situation, and vice versa. They find appreciation for us and the situation. And then emotionally, we feel more at ease, well-being, provided for, supported, validated, whether it's us validating ourselves or, everybody validating each other like a big, giant validation fest, right? So if you're not feeling that, right, if you're still kind of in that swordsy, like icky thoughts, things aren't feeling right, colliding, clanging against each other sort of energy, know that this is out there for you if you just shift your perspective, which was yesterday's card, which was that Six of Swords. Shifting your perspective, and the card that came out also was that card of openness. Opening up your mind, your thoughts to different viewpoints, different perspectives, different ways of looking at things are going to open the door to the emotional well-being that comes with this Ten of Cups, right? And who wouldn't want this? We all deserve it. It's kind of like what we all seek in life. And then we spend half of our life battling against everybody else, thinking like, well, you're trying to take it from me because you're not doing what I want you to do. That's not how life works, guys. We don't do what other people want us to do. Why the hell would others want to do what we want them to do? They are their own individual spirit, being, mind, body, soul on their own path. So let them be there. And let yourself be where you're at and feel like the sort of emotional wellness of that, the appreciation of that for both you and whomever you've been dealing with or potentially struggling with. And even if that person is yourself, today's the day to let up. Be kind to yourself or others. Okay, let's look at the Sacred Destiny Oracle. This would be about also too giving out a little bit of love and appreciation for what you have, the things that you have. And really, when you do that, when you have that gratitude, that emotional well-being, that true like thankfulness, it sort of expands out into your world, to those that you love, to those that maybe even you don't love. Okay, but you've been struggling with them, but it sets a tone that is much more emotionally set at well-being than at strife or struggle, which is what we were looking at in the beginning of the week. So I feel like this is definitely a turning point for us, and that's good. We have that Magician card underpinning coming at the end of the week, which is like new creation, and a very powerful new creation. So this is the set point, to me, in my opinion, where, okay, we're starting to get our emotions in line, we're starting to feel better about stuff, so let's get about creating something new. Now, ooh, new card. I love this deck. I want to take Denise Linn by her cheeks and kiss her. And I don't mean that romantically. You know what I mean? There's something about this specific deck that I absolutely love. I love the art. I don't even know what this is. I don't know what this picture is. I also have to say this, for those of you that follow me and know me a little bit and listen to my stories and my crazy, my goofiness. This morning I slept until 5 a.m. So I'm quite happy about that, because I have been having sleep issues of late. And so for me, a 5 a.m. is like a sleep in. And so I think that's maybe why I'm feeling a little bit better, because I actually got some much needed sleep. But so this card, I'm not exactly sure. What is this? Is this like a boat? It kind of feels like a boat or a ship. You know what? I don't even have my glasses here. Let me grab my glasses, because I'm going to have to read this to you. 1 second. It does look like a boat to me. I'm not exactly sure. We're going to have to read the story, but to me, to show it a little bit closer to you, this looks like a boat that's sailing through the sky, right? But the sail, to me, it looks like a flame that's opening up, creating the sail that's moving the boat through the sky. Now, the word enlightenment also ties into this flame. The flame, to me, represents the sort of the symbology of spirit, that desire. Remember, this week is our stone for the week is desire, which I associate not with like sexuality. It can be, but I'm associating it this week more with what turns our soul on, right? What excites our soul, whether it be career, relationships. What is it within us, deep within us, that is like pulling us towards, not necessarily our destiny, because that sounds rather dramatic, but towards our soul goal. Okay. The 10 of Cups is going to be about feeling the warmth, the goodness, the well-being, the support that we need, so that we can attain this enlightenment, so that this flame can like flicker on, and we then have our mast to our ship that moves us through the darkness of, say, the universe, the cosmos, our day-to-day life, and we move towards whatever it is that we desire, guys. Okay? So pay attention to that enlightenment. Pay attention to those softer symbols that are coming from the emotional body today. The warm ones, ideally, not the pissy ones. There could be some pissy ones with that 5 of Swords in there. I'm not saying you don't want to like look at that 5 of Swords energy. I don't ever want you in resistance to a certain aspect of yourself. But what I do want you to do is to know that you can also open yourself up emotionally to understanding that, okay, I'm feeling sorry for myself, or I am in major resentment around this situation. So how do I find compassion or love for it? Right? And that shifts you into this 10 of Cups energy. That instantly almost puts an end to the struggle that the Swords presented to us underpinning this week. And it opens us up to this idea of the flame turning on and the boat moving forward towards that with which we desire at a spiritual level. We become more connected cosmically to our situations, the people we deal with. And I truly, truly believe, and I know this is going to make me sound a bit like a hippie, but I truly, truly believe we are all connected at a spiritual soul level, at a much more profound way than even we understand. And we're going to figure that out once we're dead. Okay. So just be aware. And when we do figure that out, you're going to call me on the, spirit cell phone and say, hey, Dan, you know what? You were right. And I'm not going to say I told you so. Okay. I'm just going to say, I love you. It was fun while we were on Earth. And it's good to talk to you again. Okay. That's just me being a stupid Pisces. But so the tears, right? But I really feel that inside of me, guys. Like, and that's not a sad tear. It's like this idea of feeling like, where is this reading going? I feel like we come here to learn how to express the vastness of our spirit through this very tiny hole. It's like pushing the vastness of spirit through this very tiny hole of a physical and individualized mental existence through the ego and the mind and the body, and kind of pairing all of that up and then expressing that out onto the material plane. And that to me is the science project that is life. And some of us are doing it really well, and some of us are not, and some of us are learning, and we're all sort of evolving towards this goal. And at some point, I think that it's gonna crack open, and we're gonna realize that, oh shit, we all should have been taking better care of each other this whole time. That's my belief. So for enlightenment, and I don't mean like taking better care of each other, like even ourselves, like taking better care of ourselves and who we are, right? Also in that. The gift that we are, right? Each and every one of us is a gift. And I think we forget that because society teaches us to, work hard and excel and buy things and be a good person and all of these things that like sort of limit us in ways. And we adopt them because we think that that's how we're supposed to be, when in all actuality, we're just supposed to, not even supposed to, I don't even know if that supposed to is the right word, but we're here to express who we are truly from our depths. All right, so enlightenment, vast galaxy. Our beautiful home galaxy is so large that if you traveled it at the speed of light, it would take 100,000 years to go from one end to the other. It is small compared to some galaxies. For example, the Hercules A galaxy would take 1.5 million years to cross at the speed of light. The realm of galaxies is so vast and so wide, it is beyond human comprehension, which is why the galaxy often symbolizes great enlightenment as well as faith in the forces much greater than us. And so, to me, that flame or that mast that is being lit off is that trust within our own spirit, within our own connection to our own higher power, within our own connection to the galaxy or the universe, right? And we need to be in that state of the emotional well-being of the 10 of Cups to be carried and to be taken further along in this journey. The sacred landscape wants you to know enlightenment occurs when one steps out of the confines of an ordinary definition of self and expands into a greater awareness of the self within the universe. You are now reaching into the invisible realm of spirit and connecting with what you cannot see. Forces beneath the surface are supporting you on your journey. Have faith in yourself. You are so much more than you believe yourself to be. You have patience. Sorry, guys. Have patience that there is a plan unfolding. The sky's the limit. This card represents enlightenment and signals that you are entering into a time of expansive transformation in a luminous and remarkable way. Trust that the changes ahead are for the greatest good, and most certainly they are. I love that card. It brings like tears of like sort of joy to my eyes. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm crying. It just sort of feels like that card is affirming some of the things that I feel deep within myself that I don't necessarily talk about anywhere other than on this channel. So let's see what the grounding stone is. And this is just a principle to ground in today as we move forward. It is on obsidian, which wards off negativity. It's a dark stone. So it's very much, in my opinion, a very firm belief, right? You can't get any darker or realer than obsidian. And it is truth, grounding in one's own truth, the truth of our desire, the truth of our vastness, the truth of our emotional well being. What is our truth? What is it that we want? Yesterday's was joy, the truth of our own joy. What brings us joy? Honoring that truth, going after that truth, pursuing it sort of like with that openness that we've seen that card twice this week. Remember, openness is the card for the week too. So remaining open to the ideas of enlightenment and emotional well-being and letting that be our truth will carry us forward through this week in really powerful ways and will lead us to that magician where we can begin to actively be creators in our life rather than a victim to circumstance, which a lot of us live in because we just assume we have no power, and that's a lie. All right, that is your forecast. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed it, please hit that thumbs up button, leave me a question or a comment. I greatly appreciate and read all of them. Subscribe to the channel, please, and share the video out. I really want to grow this channel, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So please help a boy out by sharing this with your friends. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and have a wonderful, wonderful day, you guys. Take care, and I love you all. Bye-bye.